to the channel. Apologies, this is coming up slightly later than I had hoped it would. We've had a bit of a tough week with some personal family circumstances that have happened, so it's just been dealing with that and feeling like I can come on camera and be okay and talk to you guys. So I'm currently on my lunch break at work, and I wanted to do a very quick Madame Tussauds review from our visit last week. So we went to Madame Tussauds on the Saturday, and we had a slot all pre-booked with our Merlin passes for 1:30, and it was very simple to get in. Funnily enough, they didn't check our pre-books, which I was expecting them to, because it is such a popular London attraction and it's always so busy in there. I was expecting them to check, but they didn't. So we were in pretty much straight away at our 1:30 time slot, and the first thing I noticed was how quiet it was. Like, it was extremely quiet. I wasn't expecting it to be like that. I'm so used to walking into that first room of Madame Tussauds and the place being packed out to the point where you could be waiting a good 10 minutes to get a picture with a waxwork if you wanted to, whereas the space was so open. There were only like a handful of people in there, so it was easy to go up and look at the waxworks. My first point as to why I found this visit disappointing is the fact that Spirit of London was closed, which is a hidden gem of a dark ride at Madame Tussauds. It is absolutely incredible. That is one of the highlights of going to Madame Tussauds in London. But I'm not too disappointed about the fact it is closed, because it was advertised on the website that it would be down for annual maintenance, so you can kind of forgive that. Pros: there were a lot of new waxworks in there, and Chamber of Horrors has been upkept really well since the last time we visited, which was a couple of years ago, when the Chamber of Horrors newly reopened after its retheme from the live action Sherlock back to Chamber of Horrors. And yeah, it's been upkept really well. It's still fantastic. Everything looks really well kept down there. Nothing was broken. There were additional smell pods, which were quite strong, a lot stronger than I remember from our previous visit, but it's nice to know that that is being looked after and cared for. While there are loads of new waxwork models, I also noticed a lot have been taken out. Like, when I've been looking back at pictures from my previous visits, a lot of the waxwork models that were really popular for me and other people don't seem to be in there now. So that is interesting, but obviously they know what they're doing, they know what direction they want to take, and that's absolutely great. The new layout, there used to be a lot of waxworks in quite like close proximity to each other. It feels a lot more spread out now. It looks a lot more aesthetically pleasing for, you know, your pictures for Instagram and social media and TikTok videos. It all looks more aesthetically pleasing, but again, there feels like there's not as much to look at with the way it is now spread out, whereas when there used to be quite a few in one area, you would feel like there's more to look at. Big notices or big things that have gone that it is highly noticeable is King Kong is no longer there, and neither is Alien, and that took up like quite a large space towards the beginning of the attraction. And now with that gone, they've replaced it with some pretty good waxworks, but equally it feels like a big chunk is missing. I remember Madame Tussauds used to take you a good 2.5 hours maybe to walk around, and that's including the Marvel 4D cinema, which I'm about to get to, but we took less than an hour to get round, and again, that's with Spirit of London closed. And that feels like if I had been paying the £30–40 on the door, I wouldn't necessarily be happy with that. And it wasn't like we walked through without looking at everything. We stopped in every room, looked at every waxwork, and we were still out in about 45 minutes, maybe like 50 minutes. But yeah, for the price you're paying to go in, if I had been a paying guest, that would have been even more disappointing than I maybe came away feeling already. Marvel 4D. I prefer the old movie because it had a bit more charm to it. It was quite funny. And the new movie, it is good, but because of the use of really intense strobes when you're wearing 3D glasses, for Ewan it gave him a headache. For me and Adam it made our eyes really water, and it was really difficult to kind of focus and look at the screen when you're trying to watch that video, and then you've got all these really bright white lights like flashing up at you. And unfortunately I did have to sit there and close my eyes for the majority of the film because like my eyes just couldn't take it. My eyes were watering that much that I couldn't see anyway. Anyway, I'm not going to be too negative. I still think Madame Tussauds London is a great day out when you go with a bunch of your friends, but I hope it's got a bright future. I'm sure they know what they're doing. Along with all the new waxworks that are going in, I will definitely be going back when Spirit of London has reopened to see if that maybe changes my opinion. For me personally, with Spirit of London shut, the highlight in there is clearly Chamber of Horrors, with how well done it is, and the atmosphere down there is very moody. It's very different to the rest of the attraction. But yeah, I definitely think it's still worth a visit. A very short and sweet review. It sounds kind of negative, which I don't want to be, but that is my honest opinion about the visit we had. Like I said, I will definitely be going back as soon as Spirit of London has reopened to see if anything changes. I will probably skip the Marvel 4D movie next time though, and I will try and actually do a video inside the building to, you know, film some of the waxworks and stuff. I did try, but I think I was just that disappointed, and with everything that was going on with some family stuff, I didn't really want to film. So I will go back. I will include a POV of Spirit of London when it is open as well. But yeah, as a Merlin pass holder, I can justify going. As a paying guest, I would go, but I would maybe go early in the morning when it's really quiet, or around lunchtime when it's quieter. I wouldn't leave it too late so you can enjoy the experience. Although maybe if you went when it was a bit busier, you would be in there longer and you'd feel like you're getting more value for your money that you're paying. So I don't know, it's a tough one, but we'll see what we think after a return visit in the very near future. Anyway guys, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully with Ewan, whenever that may be.